Hello, my name is Andrew Thake and delighted to be joined today by Marco Roque, who's the President and Chief Executive Officer of Cassiar Gold. Delighted to have you with us today, Marco.
Thank you, Andrew. It's a pleasure to be here.
I think the most exciting news coming out of Cassiar Gold at the moment is you've just completed your most extensive drilling program to date. Would you like to give us an update?
Absolutely. So in 2022, we've completed our largest drill campaign to date as a company. We drilled over 23,000 meters, over 70 drill holes. So a really extensive program looking to expand in and around Taurus where we have the foundational resource. Also looking to extend the veins of Cassiar South. And over the last few months, we've released just roughly 8,000 meters of drilling of that program. So that means we still have 15,300 meters of drilling. That's roughly 45 drill holes that will be coming out over the next few weeks, maximum couple of months. So a lot of news flow to look out for. Very, very exciting. We've been hitting so far in this drill program. We have mineralization in every single drill hole. Above cutoff grade, in many instances above resource grade. So we're really, looking forward and excited to be releasing the rest of the news flow. So a lot to look out for.
Well, we're certainly hopefully looking forward to hearing more when you're here at Mines and Money Miami show. But looking a little bit beyond the end of February, what are the key milestones and catalysts that investors can look to hear from Cassiar Gold for the next, say, 6 to 18 months?
Sounds good. So the main catalyst will definitely be the remainder of this 15,300 meters. So that's going to be coming within the next couple of months. So February, March, probably until at the end of March, we'll be releasing the results. Other than that, we are already planning our next drill campaign. So we'll be opening camp in May. And we typically start to drill right in the beginning of June, typically on the 1st of June. So that's what we're planning for. So that's very, very exciting. We are looking to do a drill program that is at least as big as last year, if not bigger. So it's pretty exciting to be able to keep the momentum and keep on really on pushing the boundaries and see if we can find the edges of the deposit at Taurus, or keep on extending these high grade veins, or keep on drilling and exploring some of the outside targets that a few of which, like Wings Canyon, to be Taurus lookalike, or potentially they might even connect with Taurus, which is obviously what we would like to see.
You've got an interesting background in that you were formerly on the buy side working for EMR Capital, and now you've obviously moved over to the sell side. I'm just curious to obviously know a bit more about the rest of your management team.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, the people are really one of the key advantages that we have as a company. We have a really well-rounded, lots of depth and breadth in our team. I can start maybe from the top. We have Steve Ledwin is our chairman. He's a highly accomplished mining executive with experience in oil and gas, as well as in mining. He was the president and CEO for IM Gold from 2010 to 2020. We have Steve Robertson on our board. He's a GEO. He received the Schultz Award for excellence in mine development for his work at Red Chris. Red Chris is just 200 kilometers south of our Cassiar Gold project along Highway 37. So it's a very relevant experience. We have Chris Stewart, who's a mining engineer and turnaround specialist, the CEO of Minto Copper, a copper producer in the Yukon, not too far away from our projects. We also have Vern Sheen as our VPX. He comes from the B2 Gold Bima Group. His expertise is really taking advanced deposits, trying to find the edges of the deposits, and then take the projects through metallurgical, economic studies, and eventually into production. He has helped define reserves of nearly 8 million ounces. 5 million of those are now into production. And then we have, in addition to some of these board members, we have a few more and executives. We have a really high caliber technical team on the grounds. We have Jill Maxwell. She's really a rock star and one of the main drivers of our project. And we have we're advised by some of the best and brightest in the industry. Doug Curran is our technical advisor. We also have David Rees, one of the most sought after geologists in orogenic gold systems, as our technical advisor, effectively our chief technical advisor. So we have a lot of experience. a lot of successful people in the industry, as well as a very young, energetic team on the ground, really pushing the envelope and really driving the exploration efforts that have been tremendously successful and have lived to the expectations so far. So I can't wait for the next chapter that this team is gonna bring us.
Looking sort of like sideways to gold, price of gold last year was a bit up and down. I think it finished 1% up for the year. What's your outlook on gold prices for 2023, and how will that impact Cassiar Gold?
So I'm first of all, I mean, like, for us as a company, we really focus on the things that we can control, and that's really our work, our drill targets, and that's very much our focus. Now, having said that, we are a gold exploration company, so I would be lying if I said that doesn't impact the sentiment. So I think gold price has a big impact in the sentiment across the whole value chain, or across the whole complex, from producers to mid-tiers to juniors. I think we've seen the biggest buying from central banks in recent history. Central banks have been accumulating gold quite aggressively over the past few months and quarters, especially in the East. And I think today we saw the announcement that China increased their gold holdings yet again. So I think we'll continue to see that, especially in this environment where there's so much money printing, so much ballooning balance sheets of central banks. At the same time, the valuations across the sector are actually been relatively depressed from producers to mid-tiers to juniors, and I think we're starting to see an inflection point there. Just over the weekend, we got the news from the potential merger of Newcrest and Newmont. I think that's a very positive sign for the sector, and actually a very positive sign for British Columbia as a mining jurisdiction as well. Both Newmont and Newcrest have contiguous projects to each other, which are just 200 kilometers south of us, basically around Red Chris, which is owned by Newcrest, and the former GT Gold asset, the Tatoga asset, which is owned by Newmont. Newcrest also did the acquisition for Pretium, which is the Brucejack mine a little bit further south. So it's great to see excitement from all angles, central bank buying, M&A happening in sector. So I honestly think, with this context, in this macro environment, gold did its job in 2022. Gold, despite a little bit of weakness in the middle of the year, it held on quite well. So it served as an inflation edge, as a protection asset for investors, and I think we'll continue to see that. And if you think about it, gold is pretty much at the same level that it was back in 2011. And we have a lot more debt in the world. We have supply chain problems, massive geopolitical risks, and the valuations are from the producers to mid-tiers to the juniors are actually at a discount to what you've seen before, where gold was around this level. So big players are having nice cash flow. I think we potentially will see more M&A coming into the sector, and I think the sector is very, very attractively valued. It's probably one of the most attractively valued sectors across the investment spectrum. So I do expect gold itself, the metal, to be doing very well, and even more so, I expect producers, mid-tiers, and juniors to do quite well this year. I think 2023 is going to be the year where gold will shine. So let's see if my predictions are correct, but I firmly believe in this. And obviously, if that's the case, in addition to the great work that the team is doing and Cassiar is doing, I think I definitely wouldn't mind having those tailwinds, creating more excitement and seeing the sentiment heading higher in terms of the precious metal complex as well.
And of course, all this has brought a lot of investor interest back into gold. Can you just briefly tell us who your key shareholders are?
Absolutely. So we have we have nearly 10% insider ownership. So a very good insider skin in the game, as they say it, right? So that's really good to see, and it's really very important. As an investor, you were discussing, my previous experience on the buy side before. It's really one of the key things that you want to see is insider ownership. In addition to that, as you pointed out, we have a very good institutional support. Over 20% of our register is institutional shareholders. We have names like Sprott Asset Management. We have US Global out of the US, Myrmikan. We have EMA, Larry Lepard as well. We have Crascats. We have Emerging Markets Capital, Bilingual, MCM out of Hong Kong. We also have Terra Capital out of Australia. We have Ixius out of Europe. So we have a really broad base of institutional investors, and obviously looking to increase the institutional shareholder base that we have. But and we have a lot more names. It's just but these are just a few examples, and we're very happy with the kind of support that we've been receiving, and we want to continue to build on that as well.
Well, we look forward to meeting you at Minds and Money, Miami, and we hope that you go and gain a couple of new investors from attending our show. But once again, thank you very much for your time. That was Marco Roque, who's the President and Chief Executive Officer of Cassiar Gold. Thank you very much, Marco.
Thank you, Andrew.